Are you looking to learn how to make a needle felted gingerbread man? If so, then you're on the right video because today I'm going to share with you everything you need to know to make one of these and more. Hi everyone and welcome to today's video, Needle Felting a Gingerbread Man. My name is Iceland and I'll be your fiber artist host, and on this channel, Snowflake Forest Felting, I share needle felting videos, have needle felting tutorials like this one, and share product reviews from time to time. So if you're new and this interests you, please consider subscribing, and if you want to know more about anything you see here on this channel, be sure and check the links down in the description below this video or leave a comment. I'd love to connect with you there. And as always, if you think these videos may help someone, please share them where you can. Now, let's get into today's video and everything you're going to need to make your needle felted gingerbread man. You're going to need your needle felting needles and a needle felting pin if you have one. I can't recommend these needles from Clover USA enough. A foam surface to protect your needles and your surface, and an area to work. And you're going to need some scissors to trim up your project when you're done. These ones are great because they have a curved tip and are super pointed and can get into all those little tiny areas. And then a fabric tape measure to make sure your cookie is the size you want it. You're going to want your cookie color of wool. This cinnamon color is going to work great for that. Some white for the icing. And then some colors for the buttons and bow. Red, green, and gold work best. And remember, I'm going to have all this linked down in the description below. You can go and learn more there. Now, let's get started felting. To begin, take out your needle felting needle. Put it in your surface so it can hold it for you. And then grab your wool and your cookie color. You're going to want your gingerbread cookie all the same in its height and shape. You're not going to want fatter legs and arms or a bigger head. So making it smooth is going to be really important, which is going to require a lot of flipping back and forth while you make him. And then you're going to make him as one solid piece. So it's going to take a little extra in shaping, but we're going to work on it all together here. So 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. Don't want him to look teddy bear shaped either, so he doesn't need some big round belly. He'll be a pretty fit little gingerbread man because he's got to run too. So there you can see he's all laid out. Turn him back towards me here. Most pieces you see here that I make are around 4 inches in size. Right now this is about 7, so it's pretty big. Gonna want to make sure I felt him down a lot. Scrunch it together a little bit before I get started here. That'll give him a little more depth. Alright, now take your needle and just start piercing your wool over and over, all over, just like so. Okay, you can see a little closer. And give him a flip. Helping guide the wool with your fingers and piercing them all over like so. Then lift it up and out and flip it again, and then just continue this process for a while here, and after a little bit we're going to get our needle felted pin out. We're going to get him shaped for the most part with a single needle. Alright, so the gingerbread is starting to become shaped. If you have too much wool in any area, you can go ahead and just go around it, trim it down a little bit. Since it's not completely felted, this won't be too hard here to refelt these ends back into themselves. And even if you have any lumps that need smoothed out, just go over the surface. Trim them all away. You can also work on shaping your gingerbread man here a little bit if you need. And if you trim away, don't worry, you can always just add a little bit more wool, or if there's any areas that need more wool, Just felt some on, just like so. And when you're doing this and adding the wool on, felt all over. Don't felt down in just one spot repetitively. And now you can take your needle felting pin and felt all around, all over your gingerbread man. Be careful to go straight up and down, right in and out of your project. And keep flipping your gingerbread man back and forth. And if you have any weak spots, just be sure and add that wool right to them. If you start felting around the edge like this, just be super careful that you do not poke yourself. Go super slow and just the very tip of the needle into the edge. You can even keep the needle a step ahead of you and always pointing down and away from your fingers. Come at it from both angles like that and continue doing this all the way around your little gingerbread man. Just be super careful when you're doing this. This also can kind of misshapen it. So you just want to slowly round the edges. Alright, once your gingerbread is pretty much completely felted, all smoothed out, just make sure you definitely took your time working on this one. Going from all different angles, getting that nice smooth finish look. Now you're going to take some of your white, roll it between your fingers. You're going to want this to be very even too. So go ahead and start with the first foot. Trim my little end excess off here. More to an even point. Felt it straight down in. You're going to curve it with an angle up and then down. I don't want to get it too wide. Just as if you were writing with a pencil. Trim the end off. And tuck that in as well. Then take a little bit more, roll it, and go back and fill in any spots that need smoothed out. And then repeat this on the other side. Just like that. And then you can go ahead and do the same on the hands. You'll want these to match the feet, so just do your best to repeat the same here. Alright, then after you finish putting on the arms, like so, it's time to work on the face. Take a small amount of that white, roll it between your fingers, and you're going to put it on just the same way you've put on the last pieces. Just create a crescent half moon shape. Alright, and then to make the eyes, you're going to take another small amount and roll it into two small balls at the exact same time, so that way you're making sure they're the same size as much as possible. And then you can felt them on. And then you'll have the face on like so. Next you're going to take some of your red and you're going to make the little red small buttons down the front. So you want these to be the same size, and there'll be 3 of them. So it's good to make them all at once. Take the same amount of wool and roll it between your fingers. Alright, now take your 3 little red balls and place them along the front of your gingerbread man, so you know where they're going to be placed. And then felt them on. And then you'll have them felted on like that. Now you're going to start your bow tie, so take a little bit of your green wool. You're going to want the same amount. It's not going to take very much. Roll it together because it's going to make your bow for each side, and that's going to be triangular shaped, and you'll just felt that right on. Alright, and then you'll have a bow started like so, and then for the very center of the bow, take just a little bit more wool, roll it between your fingers into a bit of an oblong shape, and then pierce that down into the middle. Like so. Alright, now take just the tiniest amount of gold, roll it between your fingers, and you're going to put it on each side of your felted gingerbread, just like this. See how little just to add on each side? Add any final touches just to really even out your bow tie if you need. And then you're going to take a little bit more of the white. Not too much, just a little amount. Roll it between your fingers and twist it. And then you're going to felt this to a little bit of a teardrop shape with some swirl. Roll it between your hands a little more. It'll help speed the process. Then trim away any excess. little too thick. Really wanting the ball under there. Gonna make it a little wider than thicker. And then you're gonna want to attach it right onto the top. You need to use a little excess of your cookie colored wool to help secure it. Just add it right on. And as you're doing this, you're going to want to puff it down and forward a little bit. Get in there, so super gentle. And then you can always just trim away to also help you shape it. Just make it look like a little dollop of frosting or cream on top of him. Alright, and now you're going to give him a final look over, so trim away any excess fibers, felt anything that still needs felted or smoothed out. And then you're going to want to trim him over a trash can and in a well-lit area so you can see all the excess fibers. Outside is best. The little fibers can fly away to the birdies to make their nests. And here's a closer look at this one. Alright, that's it. That's everything you need to know to make a needle felted gingerbread man and be a fiber artist too. I hope you enjoyed today's video, learned something new. If you did, please be sure and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share these videos where you can. And if there's something you'd like to see me felt next, drop it down in the comments below. I might just make it. Thanks so much for watching today. I'll see you in the next one. Happy felting!